The holiday season is just around the corner, and you might be struggling to find the perfect gift for a family member or friend who is a composer. So in this video, I'm going to give you some of the best gift ideas for composers in 2021. Hey everyone, my name is Robert Rodriguez, and I am a media composer. If you're brand new here, I want to invite you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Today, we're going to take a look at some of the gift ideas that I know I would appreciate coming from a friend or a family member. So if you know a musician or a composer, then maybe this video can help you decide on what to get them for this upcoming holiday season. If you were to ask a composer what they might want for the holidays or maybe a birthday, one of the top things on their list is probably a sample library. But sample libraries aren't really a physical gift that you can give. So typically a composer might just spend money for a sample library that they've been looking for. So I want to show you the Spitfire Audio website where you can actually get a gift card for their own sample libraries. The description says, give the gift of inspiration with a Spitfire Audio gift card, available for any amount between $5 and $500. Gift cards can be put towards all Spitfire Audio products from originals through the Spitfire Symphony Orchestra and beyond. Ordering is simple and delivery is via email. Gift cards can also be printed and wrapped up as a present. So what's great about this is that you take something that's virtual, like a transaction online for downloadable samples, but you can now have a gift card to actually give specifically for Spitfire Audio samples. Treat this gift card like any other that you might get for Amazon or a restaurant or any other retailer. For a composer trying to build their library, this would be very much appreciated. The next perfect gift idea for any composer would be a book. I'm constantly trying to educate myself, learn new things, how to compose, how to orchestrate, how to mix, master. I'm always trying to fine-tune my skills and push myself to learn something new. A lot of these are kept as a reference for me, so I'm always going back to them. One of the first ones here is The Study of Orchestration by Sam Adler. This is kind of the go-to guide for anyone looking to orchestrate. I've had this book for years. I've gone through it so many times. It's still helpful for me today. This is a textbook, but honestly, it reads like a regular book, and you have so many different examples to go through, basically for every section of the orchestra. Every main section of the orchestra. And then to follow up with The Study of Orchestration, I highly recommend Henry Brandt's Textures and Timbres, an Orchestrator's Handbook. This book takes your knowledge on instrumentation and orchestration and really expands it and lets you experiment with the different textures of orchestration. Which instruments sound good together, which ones create a specific quality. So this is for your more advanced orchestrator. Next up, some of the books that I recommend are for those really trying to make it as a composer, trying to make money as a composer. So the first one I recommend is How to Build a Sustainable Music Career and Collect All Revenue Streams by Emily White. I read this in a matter of 2 days maybe, and it became an immediate go-to Bible for everything music, career, money related. So highly recommend if you are looking for that. The next book that almost everybody in the music business industry knows about is All You Need to Know About the Music Business. This is the 10th edition by Donald S. Passman. I'm currently rereading this book, kind of skimming through, going through different parts, but this book is perfect for songwriters, performers, management, almost anybody and everybody in the industry. And the last book I want to recommend today is How to Make It in the New Music Business by Ari Herstand. It is definitely on the bigger side, but this is perfect for helping you build your own following as a musician, as a composer. It really can break down different income streams for you. And if you are serious about making a living as a composer, then this can really help you out, along with all the other books that I mentioned before. Next up, I want to suggest an external solid state drive, or for short, external SSD. We already quickly talked about sample libraries, and Spitfire Audio was one place that you could get them. But if you accumulate so many different libraries over time, your computer is going to run out of space. So what you probably then need is some sort of external drive. I want to point out that there are hard drives and then there are SSDs, so the solid state drives. So for example, an SSD is a small external drive where you can put all of your files and sample libraries and maybe your music projects. And this is just one example of what I'm using. This is the Samsung T7 SSD. And it looks like this. right? It runs on a let's see if I can get this right. That is a USB-C slot, so it can go into the computer. It uses a light indicator right there to show it's connecting. It's very lightweight and very, very slim, if you can see that. This SSD is 1,000 terabytes, and I use it specifically for my East-West Hollywood Orchestra Opus Edition library. So that was a purchase I made. I like to have it, carry it around with me for when I'm composing on the go. I also have another one. This is a 2 terabyte, same Samsung T7. This is where I put all of my other sample libraries. So this is pretty useful to have. I know I'm not running out of space really anytime soon. And then I have another one where this is actually an older model. Let's see if I can pull it up. This is an older model. It's a T5. It's a bit smaller and it is a bit thicker though. So it's shorter in length, but it is a bit thicker. This still runs on a USB-C, so that is pretty great, but you can get a wire that's USB-C to USB-A or use the one that's USB-C to USB-C. Depending on the kind of computer that you have. Solid state drives might be a little bit more expensive than your standard external hard drive, but what's great about them is that they don't have the moving parts that your standard external drive might have, so it's likely not going to break as easily, so they are more durable. And of course, there are other brands as well. I'm just showing the Samsung T5 and T7 models because those are the ones that I use. And you really can find SSDs from other retailers like Best Buy, Amazon, something like that. They're really a great option for most composers. Next up, I want to talk about MIDI keyboards. Most composers are going to need some sort of keyboard to play their music into their computer. This is the Nektar Impact LX 88 Plus, so this is a full-on keyboard. This covers the range of a full 88 key piano. So I like this as my standard main setup keyboard. It comes with all the knobs and faders that I could need. It also has a drum pad. So I'll leave a link for this particular model in the description. And then I have something like the Akai MPK Mini. This is your 25 key mini kind of keyboard. So if you're on the go, you'll still have your knobs, your drum pad, and 25 mini keys to help you start composing, even if you're in the car, on a plane, in a hotel room, you don't have your full 88 key in front of you. I actually just got that M Audio Oxygen 8. It is a bit bigger than the Akai, but it is still a 25 key. So all of these different MIDI keyboards really can come in handy for any composer who's really trying to just play the music into their system. And again, in the description, I left some links to a few different keyboards from small, medium, and large. And so one of the final gift ideas that I think is almost crucial for any new composer is a digital audio workstation. This is the workspace that any composer will be composing into. This is where you play your sample libraries. This is where you hook up your MIDI keyboard. One of the top digital audio workstations, or DAWs for short, is Pro Tools. There are a few different tiers that you can go for, like the free Pro Tools First, the standard Pro Tools, and Pro Tools Ultimate. Because this is a digital software, it's gonna be impossible for you to physically give this as a gift, but you can always try pitching in to make this purchase because chances are they're looking for some sort of digital audio workstation to get started with. Pro Tools, you'll be able to mix and master a lot of the music that you come across. Of course, you can also play some samples in here as well, but I am personally a Logic Pro user. This is my digital audio workstation of choice because I'm a Mac user. It integrates very well with everything else that I'm using. It has a similar concept. You can, of course, mix and master in here as well. If I were to go view this in the Mac App Store, Logic Pro costs $199.99, so basically $200. But with Apple, of course, you can then get a specific Apple gift card that they can use towards this purchase if they're looking to go this route. If maybe they're not using a Mac, then of course, you can also try looking into Cubase. Cubase is another digital audio workstation that is a great option for any composer probably just starting out. Similar to Pro Tools, they have different tiers, so maybe a free or inexpensive option, the standard option, and then maybe some sort of pro edition. So in terms of giving these DAWs as a gift, maybe check out if these companies like Steinberg or Avid or Logic offer some sort of gift card. If not, then maybe discuss this with the composer or musician and see which might be an option they're looking for. Maybe you can split it half and half, maybe you can cover a majority of it, or if you're looking just to give a little something to help them get started in the first place. I know for me, this might be a little cliche, but nothing is ever expected, but anything is always appreciated. Like, I never expect anyone to go out of their way and drop hundreds of dollars on sample libraries or MIDI keyboards or DAWs, you know? That's why it's always so hard for me to actually say what I want, because I never want to put anyone through that and say, oh, well, can you get me this really expensive thing, you know? So a lot of the time I feel like I tell myself, for the holidays, I'll treat myself to one thing. But what's important to understand about getting any of these things for a composer or a musician is that maybe an open communication is exactly what is needed. The last thing you want to do is get something that they might not use or they don't find necessary, or you get them an Apple gift card but they don't use Macs, right? Definitely talk with them, see what they're interested in, and see if any of the ideas in this video might actually be helpful for them. Because I know for myself, when I first became a composer, picking a DAW was very difficult for me, and I didn't know which one was the best or what I should use. Now I'm always thinking about external SSDs. I'm always picking up new books to read to educate myself further. I'm always thinking about the next sample library that I actually need, and a gift card can go a long way. And if you're a composer yourself, what are you looking for this holiday season? What else can you share in the comments below that would help others looking to get gifts for other composers? Or maybe you're just trying to treat yourself to something new this year. If you did get value out of today's video, definitely give it a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any other videos like this one. My name is Robert Rodriguez. Have a happy holiday, and as always, happy composing.